Hello guys and welcome to this training video on the working time directive for mobile workers in the road transport. If you are a driver, an employer, or work in logistics, this directive affects your schedule, your safety, and your rights. Why the directive exists? The purpose of this directive is to protect your health and safety, support fair competition, and improve road safety across the EU. While previous laws focused on driving time, this directive looks at your entire working day, from loading cargo to waiting at customs. Who is affected? This directive applies to mobile workers employed in goods or passenger transport, trainees and apprentices doing transport work. And since 2009, many self-employed drivers, unless specifically exempted. If you are driving a vehicle, helping passengers, or dealing with cargo, this applies to you. Okay, and what is working time? Working time includes more than just driving time. It covers, of course, the driving time, loading and unloading, helping passengers, vehicle maintenance, completing documents at borders or police checks, and even waiting if the waiting time is unpredictable. If you are at your workstation, at your employer's disposal, and performing duties, you are on the clock. And what is not included? The following do not count as working time: breaks, rest periods, and periods of availability, for example, waiting during ferry transport or predictable delays. These are important, but they are not counted as work hours. Let's see the weekly working time limits. There's a clear limit, as your average working week cannot exceed 48 hours calculated over 4 months. Your employer can change this, as you and your employer will sign a collective agreement. Okay, let's see the maximum hours in a single week. You may work up to 60 hours in a single week, but only if the average across the reference period stays within 48 hours. Okay, as I said before, the basic period for this 48 hours, according to this directive, is 4 months. So that's the frame period. And if you have more than one employer, in this case, all hours count together and you must report them. That's very important. Okay, let's take a look on breaks you are entitled to. Breaks are a legal right and they are there to keep you safe. Let's see how to do this. After 6 hours of work, you must take a break. If your shift is between 6 and 9 hours, so your working time more than 6 hours or reach 6 hours, then you have to take at least 30 minutes. That means you are not allowed to work more than 6 hours without a 30-minute break. Okay, and if you reach the 9 hours working time, then you have to take at least 45 minutes or more. You can split these breaks into at least 15-minute parts. What about daily and weekly rest periods? The rest periods are still governed by existing EU transport rules like Regulation 561 from 2006 or the AETR agreement. This means your daily and weekly rest periods remain protected. Night work limits. If you work at night, that is during any 4-hour window between midnight and 7 a.m., you are considered a night worker. Your maximum daily working time during night work is 10 hours in a 24-hour period. But remember, your working time is not your shift. Your working time is considered as the driving time and any other working time like loading, unloading, as I mentioned before. Okay, you must be given appropriate compensation and your safety must not be compromised. Can these rules be adjusted? Yes, some exceptions are allowed if you have a collective agreement or national legislation with proper consultation. However, even with exceptions, your average weekly working time cannot be calculated over a period longer than 6 months. Employer responsibilities. Employers must inform workers of their rights under this directive. They have to track working time and they have to keep records for at least 2 years. Workers also have the right to see and request copies of their time records. Member states can apply stricter rules if they choose. This directive sets only the minimum, but national laws or collective agreements can offer more protection, never less. And finally, let's summarize. Let's see the key points to remember. Okay, first of all, 48 hours average working time per week. Breaks. After 6 hours working time, you have to keep at least 30 minutes break. After 9 hours working time, you have to keep at least 45 minutes break. And you can split these breaks to 15 minutes apart. Rest rules apply, as I mentioned before, 561 from 2006 and AETR. So you can and you have to keep your daily and your weekly rest according to those regulations. Night work, the maximum working time if you worked at night is 10 hours. And finally, records must be kept and rights clearly explained. So this directive isn't just about hours, it's about health and safety and fairness in the transport industry. That's it for now, guys. Stay safe, know your time, know your rules, know your rights. If you think that video was useful, just share it and see you in the next video.